Welcome to the Motorola One unboxing and review brought to you by Techblur. The Motorola One is a phone made by Motorola and powered by Android One. Opening the box, we are greeted by a nice purple colored card, and inside of it we can find all the necessary details and information about the phone. Let's keep this aside for now. Inside we should find the phone, but in this case I have already removed it. We can also find a standard pair of Motorola earbuds and a charging brick, and a standard USB cable. But on the opposite side of the USB head, it's not a standard Type-C end, unlike the ones found in most Android phones. And this one only works with Motorola phones, so it can be a problem. Now taking a look at the phone itself, it is a very nice phone with a notch display and a 19:9 aspect ratio. It almost has a full edge-to-edge display, except for the lower end of the phone with the Motorola logo. Picking up the phone, it does feel a bit heavy since it is about 162 grams. It has a 5.9-inch screen and has Corning Gorilla Glass with a 3000 mAh battery that should last you for about a day, or something like that, as they claim. It also has 4 gigabytes of onboard memory, and it runs on a Snapdragon 625 processor, so it should be able to handle a bit of gaming as well. On the sides, it has a nice 8mm thickness, and on the back, you get a nice shiny mirror finish. The back is not made of glass, but it seems like so, which I think gives it a nice look. Unfortunately enough, this means that it will be a fingerprint magnet, so you can use the transparent back cover provided inside the box. On the back, you can find a fingerprint scanner that has a Motorola logo on it, and you can also see a dual camera setup as well. One camera is a 13 megapixel with an f2.0 aperture, and the other one is a 2 megapixel with an f2.4 aperture for low light shots. We should see further how this will be an improvement in the camera setup. The phone also has 64 gigabytes of onboard storage, so you do not have to worry about running out of space. Also, as an added bonus, there is an SD card slot that is expandable up to 256 gigabytes. Now that's something amazing. The phone also runs on Android Pie and supports fast charging as well. The phone also has basic support for features like Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. We should see how this helps us further in this video. On the bottom of the phone, you can get 2 bottom-firing speaker grills for a better sound experience. And on the side of the phone, you can get the volume adjusting bars to turn the volume up or down, and a standard power button on the same side. This can be a hassle for some, but for me I think this is a good option to keep all of them on one side so you get used to that. Now, you may think that 2 bottom speakers means that there is no space for the headphone jack, but don't worry, they have managed to include it on the top of the phone. So now you don't have to worry about charging and listening to music at the same time. Now let's get to the camera. The camera is nice, to be fair, at this price point. It has some modes that you can adjust to enhance the picture quality. The picture quality is good and the depth is nice on the whole. The contrast and the ratios all make sense, but it would be really unfair to compare it to much higher flagship phones, so it is mainly okay. The display of this phone is nice as mentioned previously, but it has one very big problem, and that is its brightness. But don't get me wrong on this one, the display brightness has to be almost at maximum at all times for it to be seen outdoors, so this can be a bit of a problem for people who like to visit outdoors more frequently than others. But a nifty feature of this phone, which seemed a nice touch to me, was the peek at display, as they call it in Motorola. So, how does this work? When you move the phone up a bit, it lets a shiny clock appear along with your battery percentage, and it does not completely wake up the phone. This is, I think, one of the features which they have included like the iPhone, but unlike the iPhone, it is a bit more nifty, according to me. But the phone also has the feature to turn it off or on as you may like it, and since it can take up a bit of battery life, you can always feel free to turn it off or on, along with many other features. You can also find Adobe app which helps you set the sound levels for a better quality sound and enhancement. Now let's take a look at some videos and see how the notch helps in this. Opening up the video, it comes up with black bars on either sides of the phone. But don't worry, you can pinch and zoom in to enjoy it with the notch. Unfortunately, there is no software that is built in the phone to hide this notch, unlike many other flagship phones have this feature, but unfortunately there is no feature in this phone. But the display still looks to perform pretty nice even though it is not a full HD display. Yes, you've heard it right. It is a 720p display, unfortunately. And given the context in today's date, we do expect a full HD display. So, on the whole, how did it stand out? How did the phone do compared with other phones? Well, the answer is a bit complex, but let me break it down for you. It is a good phone with a nice notch display and a good battery life. It has the ability to run games and can stand a bit of heavy usage. Overall, it's a very nice phone for the price point. So you may consider buying it. Let us know how you feel about the phone in the comments. And yes, do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos and let us know how you feel. We'll upload new videos as we go along this path, so stay tuned with us and don't forget to subscribe once again. Till then, it's bye for now.